Now, advocates of the Clean Power Plan are here speaking in the federal building to remind the EPA of two things. One, the public health benefits could be huge by reducing carbon emissions. And two, there is no Planet B.
You have your strap over your arm and you've got these two hooked at all times. When you move one stays on. So no matter what, you're always hooked onto this wire at all times.
Ending net neutrality would mean they could create multiple lanes, and you have to pay for faster internet.
And slower speeds, like me.
That would mean small businesses and consumers would be stuck footing the bill for slower internet like him. So when they got the tip that he was at this Circle K, police from multiple agencies did not hesitate to make the arrest. Thank you, Lindsay. It was indeed an unexpected turn of events this morning when both the prosecution and the defense chose to rest before we heard testimony from key witness Tayshawn Davis-Jones. Now, state police and the Sheriff's Department and the Westover Police Department are still coordinating their investigation and this possible manhunt to try and find Jody Hunt. Over the last 2 or 3 weeks before the election, the polls showed Mitch McConnell beginning to pull away from Allison Grimes in Kentucky, and immediately when the polls closed, the major networks were able to project a win for McConnell, a big win for the Republicans, and a big defense for national Republicans, with a lot of out-of-state money being poured into that race. After going winless in 2013, Grafton rolled to victory in their first 2 games this season, scoring 105 points in wins at Philip Barber and East Fairmont. But Gerard Keller, you're going to hear his name a lot. To Chase Riley, what a huge night. One-handed 30-yard touchdown grab, 14 all, 21 all at the half. But Park has taken the last 2. BHS with a chance to avenge their only loss from 2013 tonight in their return to Wheeling Island. Imagine this. You're a first-time parent of a 6-month-old girl. It's been 3 hours since you've seen your daughter, and immediately you can tell that something is wrong.
I knew within 20 seconds that this was not a normal crying baby.
You noticed right away?
Right away.
That's the way Kyle Cahill describes his daughter Camden on July 25th of 2013. He picked her up from Pleasant Day School in Monongalia County and noticed something wasn't right. Her arm was dangling. She was crying and upset, and anytime you touched the arm, Camden would begin to cry.
This was a dramatic cry. Within 5 minutes, I had diagnosed that there was something very wrong with her left arm.
I reached down to give her a bottle, and she didn't move her left arm. She went to reach with it with her right arm, but she wouldn't move her left arm.
Her arm was broken, but that night, concern for their daughter turned into a different kind of concern and even fear. Doctors realized that Camden's injury was a spiral fracture, leading them to believe that the injury was deliberate. So Veronica Cahill asked to see the video footage of her daughter's room at the school, but the administration balked at that proposition.
They indicated that I was not going to be able to come in and review the video. They said that they were having problems getting in to see the video the entire evening that the injury occurred.
According to the Cahills, the school never told them about their daughter's injury. Was it a simple mistake, negligence, or something worse? If you ask the Cahills, they'd go with something worse.
The following morning I called them. As soon as they opened, they said that they still had not received the video, that they still had not been able to review the video. And finally, at about 10:30 in the morning, the administration informed me that they were able to review the video. They didn't see any incident, any injury, nothing occurred on the video in their opinion.
That's when the Cahills sought different action, and Child Protective Services got involved. And what they found has brought criminal charges against a teacher, Stephanie Weiss. According to the Cahills, it's also brought with it a hornet's nest of other allegations about the school they entrusted with their daughter.
Alex Wiederspiel, are you ready to rock climb?
By way of iron, via ferrata. All right, well, we're reliving Indiana Jones today. City Slickers was last week. This is what we're talking about when we say by way of iron.
Right, this is the only place where you have a via ferrata that's similar to the ones they used to use in the 1940s in Italy to transport troops over the mountains. And you get to climb up 300 feet with no experience necessary.
You have your strap over your arm and you've got these two hooked at all times. When you move one stays on. So no matter what, you're always hooked onto this wire at all times.
Big 200-foot cliff face straight across from us.
Yeah, that's right. Victory. Victory.
Hey, we're not done yet.
There's no victory down there. This is requiring some actual physical effort.
I might pee my pants right now.
When you actually do look down, generally it's a lot nicer than the expectations.
Let's continue. 100 feet of zip lining and self-brake is applied here with your hand.
Judy 1 through 5, and those are the first 5 zips. And then there's a midway point, and then we go into the next part of the zips. That was Judy 1, this is Judy 2.
We're going to Judy 3 over there, and eventually we'll get to Judy 4, and then to my Aunt Judy, who's number 5. We got our Clarksburg residents coming down. Both of these guys are from Clarksburg, off for the weekend. Thought they'd come ziplining.
Coming in hot. How was your ziplining experience?
That one got particularly fast right there at the end.
Yeah, man, that was great.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could have created fire with the brake. Honestly, I did feel a little bit like Indiana Jones today, so let's roll. I hope you enjoyed our West Virginia road trip. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Pat Gallagher saw cruisers and ambulances speeding down Chaplin Road from his office. Little did he know at the time that they were heading straight for the scene of one of 3 shootings that would rock Monongalia County.
First was a police car, a sheriff's car, going down Chaplain Hill Road past our building at a very high rate of speed. Shortly thereafter, about 15 minutes, an ambulance went by, and I didn't think much of it because there have been ambulances out here. And that's when we started finding out that there was a shooting that had occurred just on Sweet Pea Road, which is less than a mile from my office here.
What led this man, Jody Hunt, to cross the line from tow truck driver to now notorious gunman? What led him to take the lives of Sharon Berkshire, Jody Taylor, Michael David Frum, and Douglas Brady? Police are confident that they do have a motive.
Now we just have to collect all these pieces of the puzzle and put them together and see what the total picture looks like.
The official timeline goes like this. He started his day by walking into Doug's Towing, where he fatally shot owner Douglas Brady. Then he went to Cheat Lake, killing Berkshire and Frum. He finished his killing spree Monday morning at Sweet Pea Lane, where Jody Taylor was found in a residence with gunshot wounds to the chest and neck.
I've known Doug for a long time. I've known Doug Brady for a long time, a lot of years. And first I was shocked, especially to find out that he had been killed. And then, of course, your next thought is, who could have done it?
Facebook posts and even phone calls made during the several hours after the killings that Hunt was on the run could give some insight into exactly where his mind was at. According to some posts, Berkshire, who at one time was his girlfriend, may have been cheating on him with Frum and Taylor. But Berkshire and Hunt may not have been together for some time. As for Brady, that was the source of some sort of business dispute. Hunt owned J&J Towing, while Brady owned Doug's Towing, which are just blocks away from each other in the small town of Westover.
We know that Mr. Hunt had an issue with some agencies, some tow agencies that he felt wasn't following the tow policy, the county tow policy, closely enough, and that they were actually violating the policy. We don't know that for sure. It's just speculation at this point.
J&J Towing, much like Doug's Towing, is now shut down. And though police do have a potential motive thanks to Facebook posts from Jody Hunt, the full 100% truth died with him and his 4 victims.
You know, something like this, we may never really find out all the reasons why.
The only one that really has all of the answers to all the questions that we still have is Mr. Hunt, and obviously we're not going to get those answers.
Westover Mayor Dave Johnson could hardly put words to the tragedy, but did say that it's a day his small town will never forget.
You know, it's just, this day will stay in infamy for a long time in Westover. I don't know that we'll ever fully recover from it.
And for the families of the 4 victims and the shooter, neither will they.